All right, we're back after a grand adventure. You could almost say it was an Odyssey of our own.
We went on a great adventure.
If you had to describe our adventure in one word, what would it be? I think it was marvelous.
Marvel?
Marvelous. It's an adjective.
Island hopping. So
That's 2 words.
shut up. Shut up.
We talked about island hopping. There's a lot of islands in this film. Mostly because, everything's practical.
Yes. Well, almost everything's practical.
Yeah, but they want us to believe everything's practical.
Yes.
There was some very obvious not practical stuff.
I don't think Cyclops exists.
12 feet tall people.
The giants.
Yeah, see, Nolan comes from the Tom Cruise school of directing and acting where, we just don't talk about the VFX department because we want to make sure everything seems real.
We got to do all the jets practical. No CGI in the jets.
Doing effects on film has to be kind of tough, right? I mean,
Yeah, they've never done that.
I don't know how that works.
How does that work?
I don't know the process. So
They've never done that in films like Star Wars before.
I guess did they?
Dude. And you're a film student.
I mean, they had to have a projectionist just to manage it, so
Well,
I feel like it's...
I guess today's effects, not Star Wars effects, because then wasn't that matte painting or something? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I didn't see any matte paintings in the
Yeah,
Odyssey.
no, I think it was all. I don't know how they do that. Anyway,
So,
so I'm hungry. I'm hungry for some soup. Yeah.
I get the reference, but you got to explain a little
Oh,
more
right,
to the
right.
people who didn't watch the Odyssey.
Yeah. No.
well, I assume if they're watching this, they would have wanted to not be spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
So they probably did watch it, and they know what the soup is.
They know what
Or,
the soup is.
or you guys went to school and read about the Odyssey. If you didn't, stay in school, kids.
Just remember, men are filthy pigs.
You realize you just called us all messed up because we're all men.
Now that we're men. Yeah.
This is going swell. This is going swell.
No, IMAX 70mm, right?
It was good. I mean, you could see a lot of the hair and dust that was on the film, but that's what made it unique.
There were moments where, it would be a bright area, like the sun
Yeah.
is hitting the water.
Yes.
And if you
You can kind of see
kind of
it.
desynced your eyes a little bit, you would see it, flash.
I can
Yeah.
see it flash.
That
but
was kind of cool. That wouldn't normally
it's-
happen.
Yes.
Since it's actual film, there's a little bit of a halation effect where you can actually see the projector is running film through it instead of it
Yes.
just being a digital projection on the screen, which is kind of crazy to think
Yeah.
about because that's how film used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
Especially since you can only see it in, what did you say, a handful of theaters.
Well, there's 22 in the U.S. and then 41 in the whole world. So our guy pretty much said, "Oh, this is the only theater in this state," and I'm like, "I think you're wrong, but whatever. You just want to be proud of this theater, and
Right.
that's okay." So,
And so Sam got up and actually got in a fist fight with this guy, which was almost a little bit
Started
more
battling.
entertaining
I
than the film because it was
I
a
sword
real
and
life
shield,
fight.
and
Yeah.
I was pretending I was Odysseus, and I was just like,
I will say I did see someone in front of me on their phone at the third act of the
Oh
film,
my.
and I wanted to go up there and be like, "Ma'am, the most exciting thing in the movie is happening. You're on your phone."
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, you should have tapped on her shoulder and been like, excuse me, get off your phone, please.
Actually, my name's Odysseus.
His name is Odysseus.
I mean, Nolan has made a lot of films with Oppenheimer. None else come to mind, but I'm sure there's other ones.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. The screen was huge, and the guy didn't lie about that part, is that it filled up the screen. And as I kept telling these guys, we saw it in its true format. So,
Experience the Odyssey in IMAX 70mm.
the story. Maybe we should talk about the story more.
Well, that's why I
So-
want to go into the positives. Something
Yeah.
like the Odyssey is one of those ancient stories where it's basically the origin of the hero's journey that every director, every storyteller has looked throughout history. So Christopher Nolan did his nonlinear approach, and it works a lot for this film.
Yeah, I mean, I know this story's been told a few times before, and parts of it has been told before. There's books and all that, but
Yeah, when I was a kid on TV, they used to play. There's this film called Jason and the Argonauts from like the 50s. And one thing about that film is it's also like a piece of cinematic history because it was one of the first films to have it has some of the best stop motion animation for that time in it. See, Christopher Nolan can actually use CG and practical models and stuff, but back then you were kind of stuck with kind of more basic filmmaking techniques. So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go into the positives, right?
Yeah, let's start with the positives because I think there's a lot of positives. There's of course negatives, like any movie. We didn't think this was like the perfect movie. Every movie has its faults, so
It definitely didn't flop.
no, it's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
People want to get their Letterboxd punch card and see it in all 6 formats. So.
Oh, I gotta do that. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah, it's an actual
A
thing.
letterbox punch card?
Yeah.
Wow.
Letterboxd was like, you can get your bragging rights.
For the first time ever on Letterboxd, you'll be able to track and share the way you experience the film with a brand new digital punch card.
I'm not that much of a film bro, but
Yeah. No, I.
No, I think I could just see it once. And I'd be okay with it.
I
I
actually-
watch it again. I would watch it again.
You know what? I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna try to get all 6 formats because I think that'd be funny.
All
It's-
6 formats?
You know, I'm something of a
film bro.
myself.
I will say, I think the biggest positive for me is the lead, Matt Damon. I was actually kind of nervous because I've seen Matt Damon in things before, and what stood out to me is Matt Damon is usually just Matt Damon. It's similar to something like Tom Cruise, where you've been in enough stuff where you just
Yes.
kind of see the actor. And he's one of the few cases in this movie where I'm like, okay, this could actually be Odysseus. Like, he bulked up a bit. He looks old enough to be Odysseus being on this island. They flash forward, flash back.
Yeah.
It's actually quite believable how it's done.
As the story progressed through, I was getting more used to him, and he was doing well. So.
Bennett wrote his own Odyssey in his review. Do you see this?
Oh my
That's
god!
like 8 paragraphs.
Wait, what do you rate it?
He's same as us, 4.5.
Okay.
Bennett, I'm gonna at you in the description because
Dude, it's so. I'm not reading that.
I'm putting your review on screen because. Buddy,
Wow.
Yeah,
That's insane.
that's crazy, Bennett. We love you here, Bennett.
No, Bennett, I'm gonna
I can't-
beat your review.
Bennett's so funny.
I can't wait to read this with my morning coffee.
I'm gonna make it longer than yours, okay? What? I'm gonna make his review longer because what?
Okay.
Let's rewind. Let me re-say that. Bennett, I'm going to make my review longer than yours because I'm just looking over right now and why did you write a story, bro?
Sam, I want you to look into that side camera and say,
Bigger is better. You happy? Anyway, more positives, guys.
all right. Another positive. I think actually most of the actors did a really great job in what they were supposed to do in this film.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, Robert Pattinson is one of those actors that I think, because of both the Batman, something like The Lighthouse, he's just become an actor who's very versatile, and he really gets kind of lost in whatever role he plays.
It's good because in the Batman, you don't like.
Yeah.
There's, of course, you see him as Bruce Wayne. Spoiler alert. But in this one, I feel like he's not in as many things, so it's like, he definitely plays like a good villain character, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about the Odyssey, so I don't remember what, his character's name and all that, but I understood what he was trying to do.
This
so.
guy didn't even pay attention to the movie.
I paid attention to the movie. I'm just saying, I don't know, anyway, whatever.
I did love how sniveling he is. There's a lot of moments where they do these close-ups, and you just see him he seems like the bratty rich kid who's just like,
They do that a
I
lot, yeah.
want my stuff, and he's
Yes.
just not getting it. Also,
I want my stuff. You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
and By far, I think the best performance, Anne Hathaway. There's a lot of scenes where she has to do a lot of emotional heavy lifting.
Oh yeah.
A lot of emotional baggage of waiting for Odysseus to come back.
Easily the most emotion out of any character throughout the entire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like,
definitely.
easily.
Oh my goodness.
There's a part in the third act where they have to do like a trial to see who will marry Anne Hathaway's character because, you know, Odysseus has yet to come back. And her like little speech she has, you see all of that anger and all those 20 years that went by finally come out in one big outburst. It's fucking wild.
Only the real Odysseus could like do that. Yeah, it's just yeah.
There's a lot of aura farming in this movie, and I feel like Zendaya's character, that's her character. She just kind of sits next to Matt Damon's Odysseus and, you know, looks into his eyes.
As the, you know, form of Athena, I guess, because, you know, do we know the gods exist? Who knows?
Zendaya, aka Euphoria, aka Dune,
They've
aka
been in
The Odyssey.
Yes, a
AKA
lot
Spider-Man.
of films. So, Spider-Man. Oh god.
I think she did really good.
I feel like knocking Zendaya might limit me from working in Hollywood at all.
This guy's got big dreams.
Not that I ever would make it there, but Nolan.
Nolan.
Oh, should I say Chris? We're on a first name basis, right?
Chris, not even the full.
Yeah,
name.
just Chris.
Chris.
Maybe I'll interview him one day. That would be a dream.
Mr. C.
She has 5 minutes of screen time.
Okay, moving on, you know?
Mr. Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
Oh, again, I think he did okay at acting
He
as
did
the
good.
character, so as the Odysseus' son, so yeah.
In the same month, we get 2 separate movies where Tom Holland plays 2 pretty lead roles in it.
If you see only one Tom Holland film this summer, the Odyssey. No.
I mean, I like the effects. Like, I mean, again, like we already talked about. Like, I love the Cyclops and how the eye was actually turned.
Oh yeah, all
on
the
its
facial
side.
features were like
'Cause
warped.
I feel like I see in every like TV show or something when they do a Cyclops, they make the eye normal like our eyes, but I'm like, instead we turn it. I'm like, you know what? That's unique. So
It's very much out of something like Pan's Labyrinth. I didn't expect something. It's so out of Nolan's like wheelhouse to do something like that. It seems like something, something from like a horror director almost. Like the way they're doing creatures in this movie is kind of nuts. Also, every set piece throughout the movie, every island they go to has its moment to breathe. The Cyclops, I think I'm assuming they're the giants, right? So
yeah. I mean, yeah, the giants. Did they do the weird trick where they're farther away? I'm guessing that's what they did.
I think so. Or there's a lot of tricks in this movie where you're like, I wonder how that was done. Or if it was practically CGI enhanced, we don't know.
Yeah. The whirlpool, I guess. I mean,
Okay,
the whirlpool.
yes.
The whirlpool. I mean, looked like a whirlpool. So, and the other monster.
Oh, the thing on
rock.
the cliff, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Cryptus and the other one. So, I remember Ryan said that when the monster came out, it scared him, and I'm like, I agree. It
was just like,
it just happened. I'm like, holy crap. So, but
You know where they hear the siren song?
yes.
I think if I remember right from the story, I think the sirens are supposed to be like mermaids.
Yes.
I like how they're kept almost in silhouette. Like we barely see them through the fog, and what a lot of directors would do is like highlight the fact, like actually show them. Maybe they actually go on the island, but what Nolan does, it just keeps them in the background. What Nolan likes to do is the difference between music and score, and when you drop that, and that's a moment in the film where they completely drop it because all the men have like wax in their ears so they can't hear the song, and we're right with the men on the boat. You cannot hear the song except when they take them out, and sounds
yes. One of them does take it out, which I thought was kind of funny. He's like, you know what?
and then he jumps.
And then he jumps off, and it's so.
I mean, that scene is pretty intense. That acting Matt Damon does on the boat where he's strapped to the mast.
Tie
is
me
crazy.
down, and whatever I say, don't let me. Yeah, I was like, oh, his facial expression was just like.
I thought the Trojan horse was done really well.
Oh yes.
We understand why the popcorn bucket looks like that now.
Oh God.
Sam, you mentioned it in the car ride home, but you appreciated that the Trojan horse was actually like modeled in a pose rather than just,
4 legs and wheels.
Sitting,
So-
right?
and-
So it was cooler, like more visually appealing, rather than just like, oh, they're
and
on a horse.
and they kind of show the whole like how they did, like, so they built it, you know, laying down pretty much, which that's crazy, like how, like, yeah, and then they put it up, and you know, it sunk into the ocean a little bit, and they used, you know, technology that they had back in the day, which was using logs to roll it and ropes and a bunch of men. So, and it was done perfectly, and then they put it back up, and yeah.
There's actually stakes to the Trojan horse too.
Yes.
There's some men that drowned. They're in there for a long time. And what we've seen a lot through the different adaptations is that they basically consider the Trojan horse as almost like a mini cart on wheels. It's more humanized, and the Trojan horse actually feels more like a weapon of war.
Yes.
The whole shot of it on the beach, almost like that shot from Planet of the Apes with the Statue of Liberty popping out of the beach.
Yeah.
Almost very dystopian for a film even that goes back to something like Troy.
Do you want to get into negatives now?
Yeah, let's get into negatives.
Okay.
All right, I want Ryan to start this one because I think
Yeah, there was one scene where I actually had to physically cover my eyes because it was so
Right.
like flashy in the sense that it would immediately give me a headache just because of how it was going from a nearly pure black shot to a pure white because of lightning, and so it was like,
Oh yeah.
your eyes are open because it's so dark, boom, like flashbang, dark, boom, flashbang, and it would just keep doing that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm just like, I actually just cannot watch this. I'm gonna get a headache, so I covered myself up because I was like, it was visual sensory overload. It was horrible.
I mean, I know why they did it, again, because Poseidon's pretty much against them at this point and trying to, you know, capsize the boat. But yes, I also agree with Ron that there's a few times where I had to start squinting. I didn't want to miss the movie at all, but I had like squint because I was like, okay, the lightning's gonna come back on.
Like, it makes sense
But
for the movie, but like,
it is
sacrificing user experience for the sake of a movie was, I feel like, a poor choice because
should have brought down the lightning a bit.
you're just kind of like ruining an experience, I feel.
right. Coming from 3 film bros here,
Bros.
I feel like this is an instance where Nolan is mixing both the older era of film with newer technology. I feel like they were trying to mimic old school lighting techniques, but since we have more modern lighting when it comes to filmmaking nowadays, it almost felt like a strobe. And I think that's what they were. I think they were trying to mimic what they used to do with, they had a boat set, and then they would splash like waves towards the boat, and then they would do like the synchronized flashing of the light.
Right. If I keep watching this, I'm actually gonna get a migraine because it's just too much happening for my eyes to handle. It was just not pleasant.
One of the negatives Nolan has had throughout his filmography is a lot of his early films had some rough editing, and this is another scene where we have a lot of quick cut editing. It's almost sporadic, and it feels like a strobe light because we're cutting so fast and we can't see what's happening. I mean, obviously on purpose, but in this case, it's almost too much.
Yeah.
And you can barely see what's happening.
Is it because they were cutting fast because, like, you know, they didn't have enough film, like, or they were trying to like save
I think it was done fully intentionally, honestly, because it's supposed to be a chaotic scene. They're supposedly are losing lives. They're facing like a god's wrath.
I think a place where they were cutting a lot is like dialogue between 2 characters.
Yeah.
I remember you noted that, and it literally like they would say something and then cut like right away, and I'm like, why is it cutting so fast?
Yeah, there was there were no sequences where an interaction between 2 people talking where there was any reaction shots. There were no reaction shots at all. If someone was talking, the focus was on them, and then it immediately switches to the next person, and there's no time for someone to be like, oh, maybe I didn't agree with what they said, and it's just all dialogue and no like organic, I'm gonna furrow my brow because you said something I didn't agree with, so we don't get to convey or understand what the emotion felt behind those words were.
Now I wonder, that might have been where they were trying to save film a little bit, because they're like, okay, well, we don't want to keep, because they probably didn't want to keep recording the whole conversation between 2 characters, because it's like, okay, well, we're gonna cut this out anyway, so they're probably like, okay, cut.
I think this is both a positive and a negative when it comes to what Nolan had to kind of invent with making a film totally in IMAX, which was the mirror system. Actors having to look into mirrors to see the other actor because of the box they had to put around the IMAX camera. Now that's a positive because you can actually probably record dialogue with it. The negative is probably reaction shots where your eye line is. And I think that's kind of part of why there's some awkwardness when it comes to that.
You know, it's cool that they invented something to try to fix the solution. So, yeah.
Should we talk about the manual focus?
That's what I was saying. Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't want to dump on the focus puller, but oh boy.
It's understandable, though. Again,
It makes sense.
you have a tiny little piece you're looking into, and that's it. So
It boggles my mind. They didn't have to do it. They barely ever do it. But when they do it, it's just not done well. They only do it a couple times in the movie, and you notice it.
oh yeah,
And you just don't have to do it because the whole point is it's the Odyssey. It takes place in the past. Why we modern day focus pulling, racking between.
I think racking is not an exclusive modern day storytelling piece, but when they rack between two characters, you notice it every single time.
Do you remember? I don't even remember a Nolan film where they do that. I feel like this is the first Nolan film I've seen where they rack like that. Or if it's done before, it's done very subtly.
yeah. They're
Not
again.
very close like that, in close quarters where you're racking
Well, it would
from a
be
head
like
to a
a
head.
scene that lasts a little bit. Like, I think I can't name the exact scene in the best of my head, but it was a two-shot essentially, and every single time someone speaks, it switches between them talking. So one, we're seeing the manual focus being pulled every single time, and two, no reaction shots. So our eye line is constantly switching from the left of the screen to the right of the screen, back to the left of the screen, back to the right of the screen, and it was like, okay, there's nothing to like really digest here except for the words being said and the mouths moving, not the the emotion that they're feeling from the words, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, and I think if you want to bring up an example in post, but there was one example. I think it was Robert Pattinson's character, and then the other character. They were in the dining area. This is the one where I noticed the most, and they went from the foreground to the background character, back to the foreground, back to the background.
Yeah.
They did it multiple times, not just one time. They did it multiple, and I was like, that's when I really noticed it because they missed it both times going back to the background. They did get it coming back on the final one, so I was like, okay, they somehow got it, but yeah, it must be tough, with that giant camera trying to just look into that hole and so
you get a shallower depth of field, which also means that the focus pullers on the set had a harder time trying to keep everything in focus.
There's a scene in Oppenheimer where they're in, I think, a hotel room, and they're both the characters are naked. There's nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about, but
He just had to mention it.
because the point of the scene is they're both vulnerable, and the whole scene is deep focus, just cutting between the two of them. You could have done that. You could have completely taken the rack out and not had that in the film.
okay. Huh.
It's a stylistic choice that didn't quite work out for us.
Right. Yep.
All right, another negative.
Wow, this is a video full of negatives. Feels like.
This movie is really great, so the negatives stand out more to us when the film is really good, and then you have some
And most of
prominent negatives.
Most of these critiques are, just finished 4-year study where we're learning all of and paying hyper close attention to these mistakes that we would not normally be aware of if we were, just watching a movie.
Right. I mean, those were the negatives I remember we talked about, but I don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
To a normal audience, the negatives aren't going to stand out as much as they did to us, right? So.
The feedback I've gotten is it's amazing, and everybody should go see it.
Odysseus at the end, though, he was going ham. That was probably one of my favorite scenes.
I didn't know that the movie was going to end like that because I thought the original story, I think this might have been an adaptation thing, but I thought he doesn't make it back in the original.
I think it was a good ending. It kind of shows, and he's like,
Oh,
I can string the bow, I can shoot it through the axis.
You know how many people would have hated if there wasn't like a redemption arc at the end? You literally, have to have it.
No, for sure. I think.
Otherwise, the whole build-up in the movie is just pointless.
I do feel like the ending was a good payoff. I think if the alternative was that he doesn't make it back, that would have been a very flat ending because the whole movie is setting up for like a unexpected climax, and if we didn't get that, it would fall flat very easily. But it didn't do that, so it was good.
It seemed like you really thought he was actually gonna die, because like at the end there, he's in his wife's arms, and it's just like is he gonna make it or not? And I don't know. That might be another negative. I was a little confused. Did he die? Was he just dreaming about? Because he did say like what their dream was to set sail.
No, he lived. I was talking before that even sequence, like before he even made it back to his homeland.
It just. Yeah.
But no, he lived. He lived,
Okay, so my bad. It's just I got a little confused there, but yeah, I mean.
See, because Nolan's known for his interesting endings, so I was half expecting it just to end on Odysseus on the raft, and we just don't know. But Nolan didn't pull that one out of his ass.
Yeah,
so,
I would have been like, that's terrible. That would have been terrible.
Do you think he's gonna make another one?
Another? What do you mean another one?
Another what?
Because
movie?
I've seen interviewers be like, because there's more to the Odyssey. There's the Iliad. There's different stories to tell. And interestingly, Nolan has said on his press tour that he's more interested in doing a horror film because of obsession in Backrooms. So
that's another can of worms to open.
Ooh, that's good.
And he explored it a little bit in here. So
I know he did, the Dark Knight and stuff, but
I do feel like it's a one-off.
It's like a one thing, one and done, and that's what he's known for too.
Nolan is at this point in his career where the studios bank on a Nolan film because it's Nolan, not because it's gonna make money.
Where's my Interstellar 2, man? Like, see, if we're really doing
Interstellar 2.
Yes, I want my Interstellar 2.
I don't think we need sequels.
That's
all the
why.
time.
That's
I
why
think I think we can have one-off movies, and that's a good thing.
He probably won't do it just because.
Every time I go in film circles, they're always asking, "Where's my Interstellar 2?"
Always ask.
Yes, like come on. I'll take a fan film too. Like, come on, it won't be as good, but it's okay.
Nah, he's gonna do a comedy. That's
a comedy. That would actually be kind of good.
I mean, if we think about it,
actually,
Interstellar is basically an Odyssey, right? Think about it.
Oh,
think about it. Okay, think about it. Think about it though. Like, it actually is though.
Every Christopher Nolan film is the Odyssey.
You're right. It actually is.
Every Christopher Nolan film is the hero's journey.
They go to
the hero's journey.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they
name any Christopher Nolan's film and then put the hero's journey next to it. It matches up, right?
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense though.
I mean, the hero's journey is like
it's a very well known
formula.
And
But I don't know. I feel like for Interstellar specifically, it matches. The plot points are pretty on dot, right?
Yes.
I agree. I feel like it actually might just be like sci-fi.
Just sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
Just futuristic kind of. Yeah, we're gonna. Anyway, it's a movie that you should go see. Whatever format you want to see it in. If you want to see it in a beautiful 70mm IMAX theater, go ahead. If you want to see it at your local theater in digital, that's good too. So
if you want to see it with the Giants heads cropped off, go ahead. Or see it in its true format and don't get the cropped version.
Right. But and I always wonder how for digital, like when they finally release it, is it going to be the cropped version? I'm guessing
Well, it's probably going to be a 16:9 aspect ratio release.
Right. So pretty much when you see it in 70mm IMAX, it's gone. Like you can't see it in that awesome, cool format. You can't see the whole image.
Dude, the glaze in this has been unreal.
I'm a glazer. Yeah.
Instead of the director's cut, it's going to be the crop top cut.
Oh my god. Wow. Here, take a drink of your drink.
Thanks, PA.
Oh my god.
PA.
Yes. Oh yeah, we have some cool collectibles here. We did not get the horse because it was a horse.
Also, it was too big to fit on my shelf.
It's
so
probably it's like the size of my leg. I swear, it's huge. It's huge.
What a
so.
great
Dude, this guy
measurement.
just said his legs were huge. This guy works out.
You know what? I'm sad they didn't have the IMAX camera though. I was
You're gonna have to buy it.
yeah, I'd have to buy it now. So
This is the popcorn bucket. How cool is that?
the Odyssey.
The Odyssey, we loved it. We love to see Bennett's review, and I challenged him to make one of his own. So,
Oh my!
if you're watching this, Bennett, I better see a video.
It better be shot on 70mm IMAX, because I swear.
You can get an IMAX camera. It's not that expensive.
Next time on Left with Luka, Brian will be attempting a skydive.
Attempting implies that I fail it.
Yeah.
On the next great adventure, maybe I'll be joined by these two great companions as well.
Probably Dune 3.
Dude, 3, yeah.
We're going to see it in IMAX again.
We're thinking Dunes Day. You like it? All right. We'll see if we're still friends by then.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm cutting that out.
I think there's gonna be a lot.
You're cutting a lot out of this footage, yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.